Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Sunday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Hope everyone's doing well. First thing I got to tell you, my little Sally girl, my cat, passed away over the weekend. So a little down about that, but she was suffering for a bit. So life goes on, and still want to continue showing you some great albums and bands in my collection. And let's get started. This is going to be part 2 of the Seas. I'm not sure how many parts there's going to be, but some great stuff in this one. And again, 10 albums at a time, and we'll get through it eventually. Might take a bit, but start off the bat. Apparently this is a hard one to find, but I found a great copy of it. This is Alan Clark, Legendary Heroes. Of course, Alan Clark, founding member and lead singer of the Hollies. 1980 release. It's on the Elektra label, Red Elektra label. And yeah, great shape. Covers in great shape. Beautiful artwork on this one. And yeah, Billy Thorpe appears on this one as well. Yeah, you got Richard Bennett on electric and acoustic and rhythm guitars. Tom Hensley on all keyboards. Billy Thorpe plays a solo on The Survivor. You got Doug Rohn on electric and acoustic and rhythm guitar. Bass, Mike Baccaro and Leland Schuyler. Drums, David Kemper. Yeah, nice find. Great album, and I love the Hollies, of course. Nothing close to being the Hollies, but still, Alan Clark, such an amazing voice. And it's also a Canadian pressing on this one as well. Crabby Appleton. I found this one. Glenn Calloway from the Basement and I went digging in Kingston, Ontario a couple years ago now. Almost a couple years ago, maybe. Kingston's about 45 minutes east of here. And picked this one up pretty much by the cover. But I loved it. And the store wraps in these types of sleeves. And this one was $10 at the time. Nice used label. Like, it's a cool little store. It wasn't a big store. But this is Crabby Appleton. American rock band from LA, formed in 1970. You got power, rock, and rock. This is 1970 self-titled album. Again, on the Elektra label. Great band. You've got Michael Fennelly, on vocals, lead guitar, and rhythm guitar. Falco Falcon on congo, timbal and percussion. Casey Fonts on keyboards. Hank Harvey on bass, and Phil Jones on drums. Great find, and really happy I picked it up because it ended up being a pretty darn good album. Crabby Appleton. So much that I found their second and last album. They only put out 2 albums, unfortunately. This is Rotten to the Core, 1971 release. Yeah, again, the band would split up, unfortunately, at that point. And there's a nice inner sleeve of that one. And yeah, you got Smoking in the Morning, Tomorrow's the New Day, It's So Hard, It Makes No Difference, You Make Me Hot, One More Time, Lucy, Paper to Write On, Looking for Love, Love Can Change Everything, Gonna Save You From That. Unfortunately, they only put out 2 albums, but great find. Again, this one's in really nice shape. Again, on the Elektra label. But Crabby Appleton, great band if you can find these guys. Just great rock music for sure. I'm going to include an amazing band here. What can you say about Creedence? Creedence Clearwater Revival. John Fogerty, Tom Fogerty, Stu Cook, and Doug Clifford. Formed way back in 1959 from California. In 59, they were the Blue Velvets. And then they changed to the Gollywags. And then in 67, they changed to Creedence Clearwater Revival, or CCR as they're more known. Yeah, roots rock, rockabilly, southern rock, country rock, Americana in some ways. One of my favorite bands. And I need to find their first two albums. I don't have their debut, that came out in 1968, or I don't have Bayou Country that was released in '69. These guys put out albums left and right and left and right. This is Green River, 1969 release, their third album. Always on the Fantasy label. Really awesome album. You got Bad Moon Rising, Lowdy, Green River, Commotion. The Nighttime is the Right Time. Just a great rockin' album. Love that country cover as well. And then you get into the meat and potatoes of their life, I guess you call it. This is Willie and the Poor Boys. Willie and the Poor Boys, their fourth album, released in 1969. Again, an early, another one released in 1969. Again, these guys were putting out albums left and right. It's on that Blue Fantasy label. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, you got Down on the Corner, Fortunate Son, It Came Out of the Sky. One of my favorite songs by these guys, The Midnight Special. And right after that, in 1970, Cosmo's Factory, probably one of their most commercially successful albums, I'd say. Fifth album, six singles released off of this one. Huge album for the band, as I said. You got the Traveling Band, Who Stopped the Rain, Up Around the Corner, Run Through the Jungle, Looking Out My Back Door, I Heard It Through the Grapevine. Just hit after hit after hit, again on that Blue Fantasy label. So good. And then we got Pendulum, the sixth album by the band. On that Blue Fantasy label. Original, I love that inner sleeve showing the different albums. You got Chameleon, Molina, It's Just a Thought, Wish I Could Hide Away, Pagan Baby, Sailor's Lament, Born to Move, Have You Seen the Rain? Have you ever seen the rain? Rude Awakening, and Hey Tonight. Hey Tonight's a great track as well. Not as many hits on this one, obviously, but this one's still a great album. It's got a harder shell to this one also. That's a great. So I love these types of harder cardboard, I guess, heavy cardboard shells. Awesome stuff. And their last studio album, this is Mardi Gras. I've got the hype sticker on here. This is their last album, also down to a 3-member band, as Tom Fogerty left the band, and a lot of tension in the band as well at this point. 3 remaining members, Stu Cook, Doug Clifford, and of course John Fogerty, each wrote and produced each song on their own. It's more of a countrified album, I'd say. Not their greatest, but I enjoy it. But it's again, I guess you could feel the tension when you listen to the album. I mean, the other two guys are not John Fogerty with the great vocals, but You got Looking for a Reason, Take It Like a Friend, Need Someone to Hold, Tearing Up the Country, Someday Never Comes, What Are You Going to Do, Sail Away, Hello Mary Lou, Door to Door, and Sweet Hitchhiker. There's the three remaining members of the band. That was 1971, their seventh again on the last album. Then I got 2 live albums. This is probably one of my favorite live albums ever. This is just a rockin' performance. This is live at Woodstock. They weren't in the original soundtrack or the film, which is unfortunate, but John Fogerty didn't want them to be. Not sure what the reason is. I got to research that one a little more. But he didn't want to be part of it. But what a rockin' performance this is. It sounds great. Again, on that Fantasy label. But great lineup. Born on the Bayou, Green River, 99.5 Won't Do, Bootleg, Commotion, Bad Moon Rising, Proud Mary, I Put a Spell on You, The Night Time Is the Right Time, Keep on Chugglin', and Susie Q, which is all side 4. Yeah, it's a beautiful looking album and a great sounding album as well. And all recorded, of course, in 1969 at Woodstock. But again, I've got to. Maybe he was. I'm not sure why they didn't want to be in that film. What his reasoning was. Maybe if someone knows, let me know. But at least it's the full performance, which is awesome. Great live album. And one I recently picked up not too long ago, released in 2022. This is 1970s concert at the Royal Albert Hall. And again, I left the beautiful hype sticker on here. It proved beyond a doubt they were the greatest rock and roll band in the world. This is New Music Express, April 18th, 1970. Hits packed and set including Fortunate Son, Bad Moon Rising, Proud Mary, and more. Mixed and restored by Giles Martin. We don't know that name. And Samuel Keel. Mastered by Miles Showell, at Abbey Road Studios. And pressed on 180 gram vinyl, which, again, sounds amazing on that Fantasy label. It's got the beautiful inner sleeve. What else does it have in here? I think that's it. But yeah, Born on the Bayou, Green River, Tombstone Shadow, Traveling Band, Fortunate Son, Commotion, Midnight Special, Bad Moon Rising, Proud Mary, The Night Time Is the Right Time, Good Golly Miss Molly, and Keep on Chugglin'. Fantastic, fantastic concert. So there you have it, guys. There's my C's part 2. And enjoy the rest of the day. Love you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.